Elon Musk got some terrible news from Democrats, and I hope President Trump will keep his life safe. President Trump gives one of the best speeches of his life in Saudi Arabia while also warning Iran, you can become our friend or you can suffer a massive blow. Plus, some good news for Trump and really all of us. Thank you guys so much for liking and sharing these videos. Let's jump into the news. Okay, I have some breaking news. A federal judge has just ruled President Trump's use of the Alien Enemies Act to deport Tren de Aragua gang members is legal. It is now time to ramp up the deportation flights and get these guys out of the country. It looks like Venezuela worked with the Biden administration to invade our country with this terrorist gang group out of Venezuela. Now, Trump's proclamation and documents support the finding that Tren de Aragua is committing a predatory incursion into our country as defined by the AEA. So this judge with common sense finally rules that we should get these thugs and bad guys out of the country immediately. This is such great news. Now, on April 4th, Jim Cramer of Mad Money warned the world that a 1987 Black Monday market crash was coming because of President Trump and his tariff negotiations. Well, since that comment was made by Jim Cramer a month ago, the S&P 500 is up 16%. Now, if you had sold on April 4th because of fear, because of hedge funds, the talking heads on the news, and Jim Cramer, you would have missed out on what Wall Street is calling one of the greatest one-month gains in stock market history. I'm just going to point out a couple of them. Amazon up 24%, Meta 30, Palantir 76, Tesla 36, HIMS 142%, NVIDIA 38%, Netflix 33%, Microsoft 24%. These guys made such a big deal that Donald Trump was not only going to crash the stock market, ruin the United States of America, but he was going to disrupt the entire global market. All of it was lies, and everything has not only recovered, but it's gotten much, much better. I personally bought into Tesla. I'm very happy with that. Now, President Trump is facing backlash over accepting a $400 million jet from the country of Qatar, the royal family of Qatar, sparking legal concerns and allegations of quid pro quo and foreign influence in American politics. The jet was intended to serve as Air Force One during his presidency and later be transferred to his presidential library. However, Trump has defended the gift as a great gesture to the Defense Department, citing Qatar's appreciation for U.S. security support and delay in Boeing's Air Force One delivery. Trump stated, I could be a stupid person and say, oh no, we don't want a free plane. We give free things out. We'll take one too. And it helps us out because we have a 40-year-old aircraft. The money we spend, the maintenance we spend on those planes to keep them tippy-top is astronomical. You wouldn't even believe it. So I think it's a great gesture from Qatar. I appreciate it very much. I would never be one to turn down that kind of an offer. I could be a stupid person and say, no, we don't want a free, very expensive airplane, but I thought it was a great gesture. Now, critics, including Democrats and even some MAGA people like Laura Loomer, have argued that the gift violates the Constitution's emolument clause, raising concerns that this is foreign influence. Qatar has denied any final decision on the jet, and there will be a legal review before it is allowed in. Now, Democrats are saying that this is quid pro quo and that AG Pam Bondi should investigate President Trump. because the Trump Corporation is building a $5.5 billion resort in the country of Qatar. Now, I don't believe that this is quid pro quo because Trump isn't even planning to keep the airplane. It will be turned over to the Defense Department as well as Secret Service, which means whoever serves as president will be on a brand new airplane, not a 40-year-old one that costs ridiculous amounts of money to keep. Let me know in the comments, should the country, not President Trump, but the country receive this gift, this like $400 million gift, as Boeing struggles to get Air Force One, the new Air Force One, to the president. All right, President Trump embarked on a historic 4-day Gulf tour starting in Saudi Arabia with a clear focus on economic deals over regional security concerns like Gaza or Iran's nuclear ambitions. Accompanied by prominent business leader Elon Musk of Tesla, Trump's agenda prioritizes securing over $1 trillion in investment, arms sales, and technology partnership. The trip, which includes stops in Qatar, UAE, began in Saudi Arabia, in Riyadh, where Saudi Arabia alone pledged $600 billion of private investment into the United States, including another $142 billion to purchase missiles, radar systems, aircraft, guns, and weapons. In Saudi Arabia, Trump met Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman to discuss energy, defense, and a potential civilian nuclear program, decoupled from prior demands for Israel's normalization. Now, the UAE has been eyeing AI and semiconductor advancement and has committed to spend over $1.4 trillion over the next 10 years. Qatar is finalizing an additional $30 billion of airplane purchases from Boeing, an American company. And it was announced that the United States will lift sanctions on the country of Syria. These Gulf nations, leveraging their wealth and geopolitical clout, aim to deepen their ties with the United States through Trump's transactional diplomacy, sidelining traditional allies like Israel, which is not part of President Trump's itinerary. While the tour promises economic wins, skeptics question the feasibility of these figures. In the past, there have been Gulf nations that have promised to invest and then later pulled back their money. Critics also highlight a potential conflict of interest as the Trump Corporation has expanded real estate projects into Qatar and in the UAE. Nonetheless, the Gulf states see Trump's visit as a chance to secure strategic gains, nuclear cooperation, tech advancement, reshaping the United States-Gulf relations for the next 100 years. While President Trump was in Saudi Arabia, he agreed to lift sanctions on Syria so that they could get humanitarian aid into the region. However, never waste an opportunity. Democrats saw this as an opportunity to start and spread a lie about President Trump. Democrats have accused President Trump of lifting U.S. sanctions on Syria in order to secure a business deal involving a Trump Tower in Damascus, Syria. Senator Chris Murphy and others criticized Trump's decision, announced during his Gulf tour, as prioritizing personal gain over national interest. They point to Syrian leader Ahmed al-Shaara's pitch, which included offering a Trump-branded real estate project as evidence of an unethical quid pro quo. Now, posts on X reflect similar sentiment, saying that Trump has betrayed the United States, he's betrayed Americans, that Democrats say that this is foreign policy integration, that this is quid pro quo, that Trump is basically lifting these sanctions on Syria for personal gain. However, Trump and the White House have denied the allegations, saying this has everything to do with getting humanitarian aid into Syria. Now, if you think what Dems are saying about Trump is wild, I'll share with you what these Democrats want to do to Elon Musk But first, a minute from today's sponsor. Are you tired of living paycheck to paycheck, wishing you had an extra income stream? Perhaps you've always wanted to own a home-based business, but didn't know where to start or have a blueprint for how to actually make money. I've recently partnered with a group that shows people exactly how to make money from home. Think about the people in your life that have a lot of money. It either took a long time to get there, they inherited it, or they own a business. Most wealth in America comes from business ownership. I want to invite you to a free training tomorrow to learn about building a home-based business following a proven strategy. Their blueprint will show you exactly what to do and how to make money. In a few hours a day, you could build a nice income to help take pressure off your monthly finances, or like many in the group, it could become your full-time gig, making more than you make right now. I love bringing my community the news, but also introducing you to opportunities that could help you have more money. Follow the link below to register for the free training. The home-based business isn't complicated. It's connected to a multi-billion-dollar industry with over 20 million regular buyers. I'll be on with them tomorrow. Check out that link down below. All right, listen to what these crazy Democrats want to do to Elon Musk for helping America become better, our government more efficient with money. A Rasmussen survey conducted between April 30th and May 4th reveals deep Democrat animosity towards Elon Musk, with 71% of Democrats supporting the creation of a hypothetical law that could imprison Elon Musk for participating in DOGE. So these Democrats, they want leaders, lawmakers. I hate calling them leaders. They're not really leaders, but these lawmakers, they want them to invent a law or find an old one by which they can convict Elon Musk and throw him in jail for the rest of his life. The poll by Rasmussen Reports shows 54% of likely voters overall would back a new law or an old law being used to jail Elon Musk. Additionally, 68% of Democrats favor banning Elon Musk from ever having any role in the U.S. government, alleging unconstitutional activities. Now, Justin Haskin of Heartland Institute, who conducted the poll with Rasmussen, called this a shocking indictment of the modern left, arguing that Democrats aim to unjustly punish innovation to protect corrupt systems. The survey reflects Musk's polarizing role in the Trump administration, with 42% viewing him favorably and 52% viewing him unfavorably. Democrats' push, fueled by Musk's cost-cutting crusade and perceived influence, lacks evidence of any specific crime. The crime that they really want to get him for is that they are busted for using taxpayer money to invade the United States of America, to rig elections, to make members of Congress's family, children, friends super rich. This is the deep state money laundering out of Washington, D.C. with your money. And because Elon Musk exposed their crimes, their rigging of elections, their cheating, their invasion of America, they want this guy to go to jail for the rest of his life. Now, let me know in the comments, do you agree or disagree with this? I think Elon Musk is a hero. Even though Congress is spending more, and that makes me crazy, I think that he has done our country a service. He exposed the rot of the swamp, the dirty, nasty water of Washington, D.C. He's a hero. But because they're losing money and they're losing influence, what are they doing? They're spreading so many vicious lies about Elon Musk that over 70% of Democrats now say we need to either invent a new law or find an old one so that he can go to jail for the rest of his life. This is so disgusting to me. Shame on you, Democrats. Shame on you for what you are doing. I cannot believe that you guys care more about covering up all of the fraud and theft of our money than you care about getting to the bottom. It's so gross to me. All right, I want to circle back to part of President Trump's speech in Saudi Arabia because I've read it over and over again, and it's absolutely masterful. It is a giant middle finger to George W. Bush and President Clinton and the deep state. So Bill Clinton, the deep state, the Bushes. Think about them.
The transformations have been unbelievably remarkable. Before our eyes, a new generation of leaders is transcending the ancient conflicts of tired divisions of the past and forging a future where the Middle East is defined by commerce, not chaos, where it exports technology, not terrorism, and where people of different nations, religions, and creeds are building cities together, not bombing each other out of existence. We don't want that. And it's crucial for the wider world to note this great transformation has not come from Western interventionists or flying people in beautiful planes giving you lectures on how to live and how to govern your own affairs. No, the gleaming marvels of Riyadh and Abu Dhabi were not created by the so-called nation builders, neocons, or liberal nonprofits like those who spent trillions and trillions of dollars failing to develop Kabul, Baghdad, so many other cities. Instead, the birth of a modern Middle East has been brought by the people of the region themselves, the people that are right here, the people that have lived here all their lives, developing your own sovereign countries, pursuing your own unique visions and charting your own destinies in your own way. It's really incredible what you've done. In the end, the so-called nation builders wrecked far more nations than they built, and the interventionists were intervening in complex societies that they did not even understand themselves. They told you how to do it, but they had no idea how to do it themselves. Peace, prosperity, and progress ultimately came not from a radical rejection of your heritage, but rather from embracing your national traditions and embracing that same heritage that you love so dearly.
Trump credits the people of Saudi Arabia for overcoming the invasion of the U.S. military and spending trillions of dollars to make their citizens' lives better. So America wasted trillions of dollars, killing millions of people in the Middle East. And the Middle East, in at least Saudi Arabia, they spent trillions of dollars nation building and making life for their citizens better. There is not poverty in Saudi Arabia. There is no lack of food in Saudi Arabia. He got a standing ovation. The crowd went crazy. Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman and Elon Musk stood and applauded what he has said. Think about this. RFK Jr. pointed this out. President Trump has pointed this out. Look at all of the problems in the United States of America, from food to homelessness to military issues to struggling seniors, schools, healthcare, all of that. Struggle, 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 struggle. And I'm not trying to crap all over my own country. I love America. I'm so proud of America. But if you contrast that with the trillions we wasted on endless wars, with rebuilding cities and having all of your citizens be lifted, it's really crazy to juxtapose and compare the two. So after praising Saudi Arabia, President Trump took a minute to then extend an olive branch and a very serious warning to Iran. He said, "I'm here today not merely to condemn the past chaos of Iran's leaders, but to offer them a new path a much better path towards a far better and more hopeful future, right? Like, be like Saudi Arabia, he's saying. Don't keep funding terrorism. Instead, fund your own citizens. Trump made it clear this wasn't about a grudge. It was about giving Iran a chance to turn the page and enter a new era of prosperity. He said, I never believed in having permanent enemies. I'm different than a lot of people think. I don't like permanent enemies. As I've shown repeatedly, I have voted to end past conflicts and form new partnerships for a more stable world. If our own differences might be very profound, which they are in the case of Iran. He then said something that made the room kind of sit in awe. He said, I want to make a deal with Iran. They can choose terror or they can choose peace. We will have no choice but to inflict massive maximum pressure, drive Iranian exports to zero like I did before. They were virtually bankrupt because of what I did. They had no money for terror, they had no money for Hamas, and they had no money for Hezbollah. So he's letting Iran know, you can embrace the United States of America, and we will help you come into a new golden age for your own country, or you can kick against the pricks and we will bury you in rubble. This is almost a Ronald Reagan tear that wall down moment where we will either be at war with Iran or find ways to possibly work together. I don't know, but I found the speech to be really, really compelling, especially the Saudi Arabia part, because again, imagine no poverty, no lack of food, great education, clean streets, clean water, plenty of money for everybody. It's crazy the difference. I mean, I'm not a Muslim or anything, but like it's just crazy. Like we spent taxpayer money on war, and they spent oil profits on prosperity. Sorry, prosperity. Let me know what you guys think about that. All right, now in the Sean Diddy Combs, Puff Daddy, P Daddy, whatever you want to call him, opening of his case started yesterday, and it was completely thrown into disarray. Victim number 3, the key prosecution witness, has gone missing. They don't know if this person is dead. They don't know if they've backed out, chickened out, whatever. They can't get a hold of the person, victim 3. They also can't get a hold of the person's lawyer. This person has gone underground, does not want to be a part of this. So Sean P. Diddy Combs might actually get away with his crimes if these victims don't come forward and help the government charge him with racketeering, sex trafficking, prostitution, and put him in jail for the rest of his life. Now, again, he deserves his day in court, but it's not looking good. It really is not looking good. All right, that's my update for today. So much going on, but I want to be respectful of your time. If you guys could, give this video a like. Hit that subscribe button. Stay amazing, and I will see you on the next video.